Okay, so we're going to do some long division today. Yay! Before we jump into that, let's talk about some fractions. So fractions are really what we use when we're dividing. So for example, the fraction 1 over 2 is the same as saying 1 divided by 2. The fraction 13 over 20 is the same as saying 13 divided by 20. So 13 is being divided by 20. When we're doing long division, that will help us put this into a decimal form. So here we have our 13, and it gets this funny little box over it, and it is being divided by 20. So essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to find out how many times 20 will go into 13. So it's obviously not going to be a number greater than 1 because 13 is smaller than 20. So before we get started, I'm going to add a couple of extra zeros in here, and you'll see why I'm doing that a bit later on. But you can see this hasn't changed the value of the number. This is still 13. So we're still doing 13 divided by 20. We're trying to work out how many times 20 goes into 13. So when we start long division, we take the first number first, which is this number 1, and we ask how many times does 20 go into 1? And the answer you get is nothing. Doesn't go into 1, 1 isn't big enough. So then we take the first and the second number, take them both together, and we say how many times does 20 go into 13? And the answer we get again is none. So this decimal place, we have to keep it in exactly the same place. Don't forget it, it will change to your answer. So our decimal place stays there, but we just keep going along. So then we're going to take the next number, which is this 0. We're going to ask, how many times does 20 go into 130? So 130 is bigger than 20, so we know that it's going to go in at least once. In fact, it actually goes in 6 times. So 5 times 20 is 100, another 20 is 120. You'll notice there that it doesn't go into 130 exactly. We actually have 10 left over. That 10 is our remainder. But because we're not in year 2, we don't deal with remainders. So what we do with our remainder is we actually put it down here. So we've got 10 left over because 6 times 20 is 120. We need the extra 10 to make it up to 130. And that goes there. And that actually becomes part of this 0 here. So this 0, instead of being 0, actually becomes 100. 100, 100. So then the question is, how many times does 20 go into 100? And it actually goes in 5 times. And it goes in 5 times exactly, which is really important because it means that now we're finished. We don't have to keep going. We don't have to keep adding more numbers because we've found exactly what this goes into. So the answer to the question, how many times does 20 go into 13, is 0.65, which is also the answer to the question, what is 13 divided by 20 in decimal form? There you go. Hope that helped.